We're here at Blade 2017 with Brian Nadeau, and he is a wonderful knife maker. He makes the Typhoon, the Mini Typhoon. All of his knives have some sort of weather disaster involved with them. So could you tell us a little bit about how long you've been making knives for, Brian?
Full time, I've been making knives for 3.5 years now. I did make a couple knives for about 1.5 years before that, and then I got sidetracked in life and kind of put it on the back burner, and then unfortunate incidents in life required me to stop what I was doing and go do knives full time.
Now, who was your mentor in knife making? Who showed you how to make such wonderful knives?
Unfortunately, I wasn't really I didn't even know about custom knives before this. So what happened is my wife met a neighbor of mine who hand forges knives, and she met him and said, "Oh, you got to see what this guy Bill does." And I went down and saw what he does by hand, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's excellent. Let me show you what I can do with machines." And I made a couple knives at that point for him. Unfortunately, he takes the knife that I made for him and he uses it for digging when he metal detects. So I was a little upset at that at the beginning when there was at that point there was still a little bit of personal feelings for knives, but it's all in fun. I sold a bunch and I moved on, and I ended up losing my job, and now my wife gave me the go-ahead, and we just went in at full steam to do what we do.
Right. Right now you're in the middle of making a bunch of Mini Typhoons, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to pan down and take a look at some of the Mini Typhoons. Tell us about the Mini Typhoon and what makes it different than any other knife in the knife market.
First off, the Mini Typhoon is a smaller version, a 3.5-inch version blade of my original Typhoon, which was a 4-inch version, and that's what I came into the market with, which won me the awards for a couple years in a row, and Best New Maker, stuff like that. But everybody asked me for a smaller version. So this year I came out with the 3.5-inch version, which is basically the same knife, and what stands it out from some of the other knives is the way I do the lock insert. I use a hardened steel lock insert, but I don't drill a hole and push a ball in for the detent like most people do. My lock insert starts with thicker material, and I machine all that material away to leave a detent nub. That allows me to get it to the edge, put it in a better location. I can change shape. It's very tunable, so I can kind of tune the knife in by changing that shape and where I put it. That's one of the biggest differences of my knives over everybody else's. I'm the only one that does this so far. The other thing is the clip. I was tired of loose clips getting loose and losing screws and stuff like that, so even though most people want a 3D clip, mine's a bent clip, and it goes down through the frame and then goes into a pocket on the inside of the frame.
He's about to do his last
and gets pinched in between the backspacer and the frame, so you don't have to worry about loose clips, losing screws, any of that. I have knives that have been out, well, unfortunately only 3.5 years now, but never had an issue. Nobody's ever come back and said my clip is loose or anything like that. It's pretty robust.
Now you started out with a Typhoon at 4-inch blade, then the Mini Typhoon at 3.5-inch blade. Rumor has it that you have plans for a 3-inch Micro Typhoon. Is there any truth to that?
Who you've been talking to?
You?
Yes. It's not going to be my next knife that I release, but within the next year or so, I'll be releasing the 3-inch bladed Typhoon. It'll be a Micro Typhoon.
Micro Typhoon. Well, we all look forward to that. And this is Brian Nadeau from Blade 2017. Thank you so much for your time, Brian.
Thank you.